Welcome back to another NBA Deep Dive. This time, we're spotlighting OG Anunoby, a defensive ace who, after a mid-season slump, rediscovered his form and delivered a game-changing impact for the New York Knicks. We'll explore the key adjustments OG made, how they transformed his shooting and offensive aggressiveness, and why his resurgence injected fresh energy into the Knicks lineup. If you love under-the-radar development stories, you're in for a treat. That's why ANUNOBY'S mid-season revival matters. A quiet start to the season, OG Anunoby arrived with high expectations, known for a combination of lockdown defense and improving offensive skill. However, the first few months saw him struggling with inconsistent jumpers and a lack of confidence in attacking the rim. Knicks fans wondered if the pressure of a new environment was taking its toll. Potential to elevate the Knicks aiming to bolster their playoff credentials, viewed Anunoby as a future star. An immediate impact was expected. His early slump, though, threatened to derail those hopes. The story of his midseason comeback is a testament to how quickly things can change with the right mindset and tweaks in a player's approach. Anunoby, his shooting slump and turnaround. Identifying the issue, analysts noted a slight hitch in his release, plus hesitation on catch-and-shoot opportunities. Some described his mechanics as a bit forced, which often happens when a player is overthinking or lacking rhythm. Mechanics adjustment under the Knicks coaching staff guidance. OG refined his follow-through and quickened his load-up. They also emphasized simplified footwork, making sure his base was square and consistent. Over the All-Star break, he devoted extra reps to corner threes, historically a higher percentage look for many players. Results: by mid-season, the numbers showed a gradual but clear climb. Anunoby's three-point percentage soared over league average, while coaches praised his renewed confidence in catch-and-shoot scenarios. Fans who had started to doubt him took notice. MIDSEASON, assertive, and team fit, attacking the rim, beyond just jumpers. Anunoby adopted a more aggressive stance in driving to the basket. He leveraged his strong frame and length, challenging defenders rather than settling for perimeter looks. This shift in mindset led to increased trips to the free throw line, a boost both for his scoring and for the Knicks' offense in tight games. Involving himself as a secondary playmaker, watching film with the coaching staff, OG recognized he could facilitate more. When defenders overplayed him on the wings, he made extra passes and found open cutters. This unselfish approach meshed perfectly with the Knicks' philosophy, creating a more dynamic half-court flow. Chemistry with teammates, star players like Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson thrived on the spacing Anunoby provided. Meanwhile, his willingness to cut or drive when opponents keyed on Randle created easy buckets. The synergy turned the Knicks' once stagnant offense into a more balanced attack. Defensive consistency and versatility. Lockdown defender reaffirmed. Despite early offensive woes, OG's defense never waned. He matched up nightly against premier wings, showcasing lateral quickness and a knack for sneaky steals. His consistent effort anchored a top 10 defense for stretches of the season. Multi-position switch indeed. The Knicks love flexible defenders who can switch seamlessly on pick and rolls. Anunoby's ability to guard spots 1-4 freed up Randle and Mitchell Robinson to focus on rim protection. Opponents found it tough to exploit the Knicks' perimeter, with OG sometimes sliding over to provide help on big men too. And so it impacted the Knicks, steadying a rocky stretch. New York began the season hot but hit turbulence as winter wore on. OG's resurgence coincided with a string of crucial wins that stabilized their playoff outlook. His presence made it easier to navigate tough road games and handle bigger lineups, elevating team confidence. Seeing Anunoby bust out of his slump galvanized the roster. Younger players like Emmanuel Quickley and Quentin Grimes took cues from OG's disciplined approach to practice, while veterans lauded his renewed vocal leadership in huddles. Improved playoff ceiling. A mid-season meltdown was always possible, but with OG bridging the gap as a two-way force, the Knicks found themselves better equipped to survive close finishes. Analysts began penciling them as a dark horse candidate for a deeper playoff run. Let's see what makes it evergreen. Classic hard work tale, player development stories never go out of style in the NBA. OG Anunoby's shift from slump to stand out exemplifies the behind-the-scenes grind necessary for success. Fans appreciate glimpses into the craft and mental fortitude required to push through adversity. Lessons in adaptability. The idea that small mechanical tweaks can yield massive improvements resonates across basketball, from high school gyms to the pros. Anunoby's story remains relevant for any future scenario of a struggling shooter or a frustrated forward trying to broaden their role. Future outlook. What's next for OG in New York? Maintaining momentum. Sustaining a strong finish is crucial for Anunoby. The Knicks count on him to avoid re-slumping and remain consistent on both ends. His stats, particularly from mid-range and beyond the arc, will be under scrutiny as opponents intensify scouting. Potential ceiling. If OG can stay healthy and keep refining his handles, shot creation, and occasional playmaking, he might ascend to borderline all-star conversations. For the Knicks, that means an even higher team ceiling, bridging the gap between Eastern contenders and upstart hopefuls. Trade or extension prospects. Rumors pop up whenever players produce at a high level. Could the Knicks lock him in with a fresh extension, or might his breakout spark league-wide interest? Regardless, fans will watch closely to see how the front office handles OG's contract situation. Conclusion: OG Anunoby's mid-season turnaround for the New York Knicks is a masterclass in perseverance, mechanics adjustment, and a reaffirmation of his potential as a two-way cornerstone. Rising from a slump, he's injected an offensive spark and maintained elite defense, elevating the Knicks' aspirations in a crowded Eastern Conference. His story transcends just one season. Player development never loses relevance, especially when it underscores that every slump can become a springboard with the right mindset and coaching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell for more NBA storylines. Comment below, did OG's revival surprise you? And do you see him as a future all-star if he keeps up this level of play? Let us know.